Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, in today's episode, we are going to continue our look at smaller banks by taking a look at Citizens Bank. So, typical fashion, we will first familiarize ourselves with Citizens Bank as we don't talk about them that much. Of course, we'll talk about their points earnings, we'll talk about their credit cards, both personal, business, and they do have some corporate services as well. And we'll also touch on the bank accounts, bonuses, because there's some easy money to be had on that side as well. Then we'll come out on the back end to close with, are any of their cards right for you, and should you consider putting them in your wallet? So if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button. Let's get to work. Okay, first things first, let's start out by getting to know a little bit more about Citizens Bank, as they do have some interesting transactions going on in the news as of late. So, classic did you know slide. Citizens Bank, founded in 1828, current headquarters is in Providence, Rhode Island. Currently, they rank 22nd in banks by size in the U.S. That was as of 2020, and they have about $160.518 billion in assets. Last measurement was in 2018 that I found. Now, locations here, you have them on screen. They're a bit of a regional bank, but that footprint might be expanding soon, and I'll tell you why in a second. So that's a total of 1,008 branches. Now, again, they are in the news, and we've talked about them before in our Sunday recap episodes. So acquisitions. Citizens Bank is acquiring Investors Bank, which I believe is New York-based, for $3.5 billion deal, bringing them an additional 150 branches. And in addition to the Investors Bank acquisition, HSBC is also in the mix. HSBC is exiting the U.S. market for their retail side of things, and they're splitting their branches. So Citizens Bank is going to spend about $9 billion and pick up about 50 branches from HSBC. And I believe that will help expand their footprint into Florida as well. So if you see any of these products that you like and you're in Florida, well, hey, your time could be coming soon. You could be soon a citizen of Citizens, as bank account bonus central loves to say. So that's a little bit about Citizens Bank. Now let's take a look at their points earnings, and then we'll get into their personal cards. So points earnings and redemptions for Citizens Bank. So these cards are going to earn cashback or points. So we'll talk about cashback first. Cashback redemptions are going to be classic here. First of all, it's worth noting you have to redeem a minimum of $25. I really hate anytime there's a minimum to redeem, especially when the two redemptions are to a Citizens Bank account or a statement credit. The minimums don't really care for that. But points here, points redemptions, are going to have a little bit more options. You can do cashback, travel, gift cards, merchandise, electronics, and restaurants. Now let's jump into the personal cards themselves, and we have, first of all, the clear value cards. So no annual fee, multipliers, there's none to be had, and that's because this is their traditional low APR balance transfer card. So the benefits here, 0% intro APR on balance transfers for the first 18 billing cycles, which is actually quite a bit of time to give them some credit, and then variable APRs as low as 13.99%. Of course, that's dependent on your credit worthiness. Now, you're also going to get extended warranty protection, and there are travel, accident, and baggage delay insurances to be had here as well. Now, moving on to the more interesting stuff, we have the Cashback Plus card. So this one also clocks in at a $0 annual fee. Now multipliers are going to be 1.8x on all purchases, because 2% back on all purchases would have just broken the bank entirely. So 1.8x on all purchases. Now benefits here, there are no foreign transaction fees. There are travel insurances. There's master rental insurance for collisions, loss, or damage. And there is extended warranty protection as well. Now, with that said, we move into the business cards. There are two of them here. And first of all, we have the Business Platinum. You know, anytime, I just love when banks use Platinum. Now, there was no card art on their site for the business card, so I just threw in the Citizens app logo to make the slide look prettier. But anyways, no annual fee, multipliers none to be had, because this is, once again, their balance transfer low APR card for businesses. So lower APR here, master rental car insurance. Now, there is cell phone insurance here. There's $600 a claim with a $25 deductible. I think you get 2 claims a year up to $1,000 total. So that's a nice perk. And then next up, we have the Everyday Points business card. Again, this is a really old card art picture I found online. For whatever reason, they don't put the card art for their business cards, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Annual fee here is $0, and your multiplier is going to be 2x points on all purchases. Now, benefits, you do carry over the cell phone insurance, same exact deal here, $600 a claim with $25 deductible. I think that's 2 claims a year up to $1,000 total, and you get the master rental car insurance as well. Now, in addition to that, they have some corporate card services that I'm putting in here just for thoroughness. So corporate card services, they do have corporate cards if you're running a small corporation. They have a purchasing card, something called One Card, Access AP card, card reporting services, and merchant services as well. And so there you have it, guys. That is the full Citizens Bank credit card catalog as of late 2021. Now, I will give you my thoughts in a second, but first I want to show you the thing that I think is actually valuable in the Citizens lineup, and that is actually their bank account bonuses. So Citizens, they run a bank account for their personal side about once a quarter. It's very common, and I've done this myself. So let's take a look at this one now, and of course, if you're interested, I will link to it down below. But unfortunately, you do have to be in footprint in those states we talked about in the very beginning to take advantage. But there are a lot of states, so it could be worth your time. So on screen, we have the online checking account offer from Citizens. You can earn up to $400 doing this. So if you do the math, it's a two-parter. So you can get $300 when you open a new checking account and make a direct deposit of $500 or more within 60 days. Then if you want an additional $100 to get you that $400 total, you'll get $2 back for every debit card purchase you make up to $100 within 60 days. So again, I've done this bonus myself, this bank account bonus myself. They pay out very quick. There's actually a chart in the terms and conditions where they tell you when they'll pay out, which is super helpful. And then if you want to do those debit card transactions, I always recommend Amazon reloads. Obviously just do them for the minimum that you have to do. No reason to put any more spend on a debit card. So I would recommend that. Now overall, let's get to the final thought here on the Citizens cards. You know, there's just not much to be had here, honestly. So I'll address you first. If you bank with Citizens Bank, I would say look elsewhere. Reason being is 2x is absolutely the table minimum these days, and I'll reference it a ton of times. But the Double Cash is going to give you 2x back on all purchases. There's the Wells Fargo Active Cash. SoFi has a card, you name it. So 1.8x, I really don't understand why they didn't just bump it up to the classic 2x. They had to know. They obviously know, but hey. So with that being said, I think you'd be better served elsewhere, even if you just want one bank. You know, Citizens Bank as a bank is fine. I've never had a problem. Just credit card products, not great. And then obviously, if you're what we call a credit card enthusiast here, these cards do have some sign-up bonuses. You know, I don't know if it's really probably worth your time to focus on these. I'll put some of them on screen, so you just really need a bonus or want to hit all of them. I mean, then sure. But again, you can see from both the personal and the business side, you can do better all the way around. And again, I would say definitely hit them up for that bank account bonus. But anyways, guys, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, then consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and right back here on Sundays with the recap episode. There's all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. My question for you guys is, let me know your thoughts about Citizens Bank products. And if you are banking with them or do bank with them currently, let me know your experience as well as what other banks would you like to see covered in these smaller bank reviews, a little bit more quick hits. You know, sometimes we go fishing and we come up with nothing, and other times we go and we find a gem or a diamond in the rough, if you will. So I do think they're worth doing, so give me some suggestions down below. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.